And what would you do as far as intensity or volume reduction? What's your preferred method? Do you do one? Do you do both?
Okay, so you would usually deload that the component that is more usually trained. So if you're a high intensity athlete, you will deload the intensity. And if you're a high volume athlete, you will deload the volume, not the intensity. I would drop the, let's say, volume by, if we're talking about, you can drop the intensity by about 10%, and that's a lot. 10%, it's a lot for practitioners. That's enough for you to still train the pattern, still neurologically be sharp, but also allow recovery to occur optimally. And really with the volumes, you can play with it more so. So I even drop the volume by 50-60% usually. You can even not perform the accessories if you want at that stage. You can just tackle the main work, drop the volume significantly, volume by sets. So you'll keep the same amount of repetitions. Intensity will be decreased by 10%, but perform significantly less sets. So if I'm performing more work in a singular session, I will perform less sessions of that movement pattern, let's say. So that's the bro split, right? You do chin-ups once a week. That's one lift a day program. Or bro splits if it's muscle group oriented. And you can really take it to the more high frequency approach as well, but then you really have to manage the amount of work that you perform in the same session, because if you tackle it in the same mindset of the bro split, then you will accumulate a lot of stress, more so than you can recover from. So it is either high volume, high intensity, but then extremely low frequency to allow recovery. So doesn't really matter how much you bash the muscle group or the movement pattern in that workout, you still have 7 days. So that's a lot of recovery time. And it can also be high frequency, high volume, but it's a lot of low intensity work that you can really perform every day, flooding a lot of blood to the muscle groups and pumping them and giving love to the joints. That's what I call it. And but you will lower the intensity.
Yeah. This comes back to that idea of you can achieve your goals, you just can't do them all at once. And this is another form of trying to get everything done at the same time and just exceeding recovery capacity.